Back when Rishi Sunak was a Prime Minister hopeful, he said that he would consider charging patients £10 for missed NHS hospital appointments. Loads of you have been getting in touch on this as well. I'll go to that shortly. Now, of course, it was actually Liz Truss who won that particular round of voting and went on to be the shortest ever serving Prime Minister. But now Rishi's back in town, isn't he? And we wonder if he's going to bring this policy back in. Just to recap, that policy would mean if you missed a doctor's appointment, you get fined a tenner. What do you think about that? The British Medical Association has condemned this, saying that penalising patients would only make matters worse. But at the same time, we're reporting record numbers of people waiting for NHS treatment, record numbers of people waiting for a cancer diagnosis. If you do miss a GP's appointment, are you taking up time that millions of people would happily have used and happily have turned up for? I'm joined now by Dr. Veena Babu, a London-based GP. Thank you very much. And that's great stuff. OK, you're there. Good stuff. So, just talk to me about this. How often do people miss GP appointments?
I wish I could tell you that it's every day. And I have to be honest, I think the numbers are from before COVID, where, I'm a GP. I see around 40 patients a day. When you have a clinic, which used to be full of face-to-face appointments, yes, of course, there were patients who didn't turn up or, as we call it, did not attend. But now any patient will tell you they would give anything for a face-to-face appointment with their doctor. Not all practices have gone back to 100% face-to-face appointments. They're very rare to come across if we look at the entire country and what the exposure to these appointments are. So in my personal experience, it's not that rare that patients miss these appointments. Charging them, I have to agree with the British Medical Association, would be absolutely penalising. And I don't agree with Mr. Sunak on this because I just think it's going to make matters much, much worse.
Why would it make matters much, much worse? Because presumably it's not a problem if you just turn up to your appointment.
I'll tell you why. So I actually brought this up with a couple of my patients and they actually asked me, but doctor, what about when hospitals cancel our appointments? Are they going to pay us for our time? What about all the appointments that got delayed from secondary care? Where people are waiting for scans or operations and all of those delays that happened. Is their time not valuable? Are we not putting the same kind of respect and, dignity on their time? So I feel like if we're going to charge patients for missing appointments, the next question they might raise is, should the NHS be paying them for cancelling their appointment?
I tell you what, you're absolutely finger on the pulse because Zoe has just emailed me now. No, we shouldn't have to pay. Zoe says she's had 4 appointments cancelled on me, recently, the last 4 appointments, she says, and she's actually then had to pay, for things like missed time at work and stuff like that. So that's exactly your point, isn't it, really?